feel so responsible for what happened. It must be my fault. What's the point trying again? Something's bound to go wrong, like it always does. I have high standards, and if I can't work with the level of accuracy I want, then the project will just fail. Sound familiar? Again? Welcome to the next chapter in this series, inspired by more of the concerns people have been sharing with me as we continue our lives in this lockdown. Making adjustments, even small ones, can have such a positive impact on how we feel and our mental health. As many more people are realising, we all have mental health and we really do need to look after it. Do you ever find yourself in places and wonder how you got there? Your incredible mind can clock up thousands of miles, thousands of times a day. I'm talking about those metaphorical mind journeys you send yourself on. The ones where you don't remember buying the ticket, waiting on the platform, or even stepping onto the train. But here you are, sitting down and looking out of the window at a passing landscape, which is making you feel less than great. I imagine these journeys taking place on a series of different trains, with each representing unhelpful thought patterns. They are masters at moving silently and manoeuvring themselves into just the right position to be available for travel at a moment's notice. Let's do some train spotting and look at a few we can find ourselves on. Magnification. With little or no evidence, this train is a master at blowing things totally out of proportion and making gross exaggerations. Emotional reasoning. According to this train, our emotions are absolute evidence of the truth. All or nothing. The train of choice for perfectionists, with everything needing to be either just right or a total failure. Mental filter. Your vision of reality becomes narrowed on this train as it takes a single negative element and dwells on it exclusively. Now we all experience our own trains, and in very different ways. However, here are 3 examples. You read an email from a colleague who happens to have a totally different communication style from you. So every time you step onto magnification and view their words as rude and confrontational. Or maybe you've worked really hard on that project and got some great feedback from your boss with one thing to improve on next time, and so you find yourself on mental filter and potentially looking out of the window onto resentment because of how hard you worked, or go into a tunnel of despondency as you view your whole contribution as rubbish. Someone you were close to hasn't been in touch much over the past year, and with each passing month your anxiety grows about what you did to upset them. Emotional reasoning tells you you must have done something terrible and you need to work it out. This can be a long track and a long journey. So what could you do to start helping yourself from here, if you've now realised you also travel on some of these trains? Step 1, acknowledge. Acknowledge how often you are influenced by and make decisions based on incomplete information. We all do this a lot more than we like to think we do, and this is partly because our mind favours shortcuts. Shortcuts can be really efficient some of the time, however, they are very unhelpful when the results send us in the wrong direction and bring us down in some way. Step 2, identify. When you create even a small amount of space for yourself, it gives you the potential to more accurately identify what you're feeling. If you're feeling generally unhappy about something, I know that isn't great. However, you could be unintentionally slapping on a kind of generalised or familiar label and completely missing that richer and more helpful information you'll find if you allow yourself to. So, thinking about something in particular, take a few moments to really feel the feeling and allow yourself to identify it and write it down. Also, write down your thoughts which are going along with and supporting how you feel. Step 3, evidence. Look at what you've written down and ask yourself, what real evidence do I have this is true? Am I honestly seeing this in the most accurate way? Check those trains mentioned earlier to see if it's possible you've been travelling on one or more of those without even realising. Step 4, alternative views. If you realise the way you're feeling is actually founded on little or maybe even no evidence, then it's time to do something differently. If you'd like to create some kind of beneficial change or make progress with the situation, write down all the alternative ways you could view the situation, even the ones you don't like, as they may contain an element of the clarity you actually need. Why do this at all? Well, if you're fed up of those trains and thought patterns which keep coming around, make a decision today to do something about it. As humans, we come equipped with a universe of emotions at our fingertips, and we really do need to get used to exploring them, understanding them, and learning from them. I hope you found that helpful, and I'll be back with some more adjustments you could make for a positive impact on your mental health.